have another story today about Earth Day. Now, do you know who this is? This is Clifford. Okay, now we know Clifford as the big red dog, but this is when he was still a little puppy. And it's called Clifford's Puppy Days, Earth Day Puppy. Okay, and here he is holding um, a globe there, which is like a model of the Earth. And this story was written by Elizabeth Van Houten, so she is the author, and it was illustrated by Jim Dirk. He's the person who drew the pictures. Earth Day Puppy. Once on sunny spring days, Emily Elizabeth and her little puppy Clifford liked to visit the park. After a long winter, it was great to be outside. Look how tiny he is there. He's a cute little guy. Clifford loved to smell the new grass. He loved to see the colorful flowers. He loved to feel the warm sun and the cool water. Look, said Mr. Howard, what does that sign say? It says Earth Day celebration, Emily Elizabeth read aloud. That sounds like fun. Remember, today is Earth Day. Clifford looked around. He saw two boys cleaning up litter. Two girls and their mom were planting baby trees. Some other people were setting up recycling bins. Okay, there they were back there. Papers, bottles, and cans. Hello there, said a park worker. Would you like to help clean up the park? Sure, said Emily Elizabeth. Helping the earth is important. All the animals who live here deserve a clean home. Clifford wanted to help clean up the park too. After all, some of the animals were his friends. But picking up litter was hard work for a little puppy. Now, is that where that juice box belongs, on the ground? No, of course not. Silly puppy, you're too small for that, said Emily Elizabeth. Then what can I do? Clifford wondered. You think there's anything Clifford can do? In school, we learned about more ways to help the earth, Emily Elizabeth told her dad. Even turning off the light switch whenever we leave the room can help. By reducing the power and water we use, there is more for everyone to share, Mr. Howard said. I can't reach the light switch, thought Clifford. Is there anything I can do? That evening, Nina stopped by with her mom and George. This is George. We were doing some spring cleaning today, and I found George's puppy toys, said Nina's mom. He's too big for them now. Would Clifford like them? Great idea, said Emily Elizabeth. Reusing old stuff is another way to help the earth, Emily Elizabeth said. These toys are just as fun as brand new ones. I hope you have a lot of fun with these toys, Clifford, said George. Thanks a lot, said Clifford. Clifford was so happy. He could help the earth. All he had to do was play. This was a great Earth Day, Emily Elizabeth told her parents after dinner. Every kid can help the earth if they try. And every puppy too, Clifford thought with pride. Okay, and see, he's playing with a little ball. And it looks like the earth. All right, so there's lots of things that we can do to help take care of the earth. Okay, be earth friends. And one of the things we can do, we talked about recycling. And remember, we said recycling is when you use special bins that are marked with these little triangle arrows that go around in triangles. Okay, it was used over and over and over again. It's called recycling. And we take special things like paper and cardboard and cereal boxes and milk cartons and soda cans, and we rinse them out and we can recycle them so they can be used for something else. So the first thing we're going to do, we have our Recycle Kids tracing paper. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to be tracing from the object to the recycling bin. So that's the very first thing that we're going to do. Now I'm going to use my green crayon, but you can use whatever color that you want. When you're tracing, it's probably a good idea to try to use a sharper, pointier crayon. And we're going to start on the left, and we're going to go from the cereal box. A cereal box is made out of paper and cardboard. So when we're finished with our cereal, we should take the box and crush it up and bring it into the recycling barrel or recycling bin. So we're going to take our crayon very, very carefully. We're going to trace the line. Look at your papers. You can stay right on those dotted lines. And we're going to go from left to right, going from the cereal box all the way to the recycling bin. Okay, very carefully, right on that dotted line. Right, and here we see this is a milk container. And again, a milk container is made out of plastic. Sometimes they're made out of cardboard or glass, not so much anymore. But we want to rinse out the container and then put that into the recycling pail when we're done with that as well. So we're going to start, now this is a tricky one because it's got all little ups and downs. So we're going to start on our left by the milk container and very carefully looking at your paper, slowly and carefully up and down and 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 up. That's a tricky one. Okay, so we're going to trace that line. And now this is a cardboard box. Okay, cardboard boxes definitely need to be recycled. We don't want cardboard boxes to go in the landfill or the garbage. We want to put those into the recycling barrel so that they can be broken down and made into something new. Okay, so we're going to trace again from our box over to our recycling bin, and we're going to look at our paper, go very carefully and slowly. Ready? Watch, follow your line, look at your paper, follow your line, slowly and carefully. Good job. Okay, now here we have a soda can. And again, a soda can needs to be recycled. We don't want to throw them on the ground. We don't want to throw them in the trash. We want to put them in the recycling so they could be made into something new. Okay, rinse out the can, put it into the recycling pail, okay? All right, this is a little tricky. Very carefully and slowly. Now remember, you have to go slowly if you're tracing, so you can stay right on the lines, okay? Nice and carefully. Follow the lines. Up and down and up and down and up, down and up and down and up and down, okay? We always go from our left to our right, okay? That's when we're learning how to write. Just like when we do our name, we don't want to skip around. We want to go from left to right. And down here is a crumpled up piece of paper. Now, should paper be thrown on the ground? No. Okay, we want to throw it in the recycling so that can be, again, made into other things like other papers or books or magazines or things like that. Okay, so let's trace this one. Go from left to right. Down, up, and down, and up. This is tricky. Down and up. Look at your paper so you can stay right on the lines. Down and up. Take your time. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up and down. All right, good job. So we've traced our things that can be recycled. And these are our recycling bins. Like I said, you always know it's a recycling bin because it has the arrows that go around like in a triangle there. Recycling bins are usually blue, so I'm going to make my recycling bins blue. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. How many of you have some kind of recycling bin at your house? You might have a small low one like this that's usually for paper. Or you might have one of those real big ones that are outside. Most of us have those now. And then you can go back and you can color in the rest of your pictures. Okay, so this little girl up here, and you have a cereal box and a milk container, a cardboard box, a soda can, and a crumpled piece of paper. All of those things are things that could be recycled. So see what you can do. Look around your house. If you have things, remember you want to try to recycle things whenever you can. Okay? Happy Earth Day!